This weekend I went to Primm, Nevada to race in the AMA Supermoto National Amateur Series. And at the same time, they also ran the Pro Series. One of the greatest supermoto riders in the world, Lukas Höllbacher, came over from Austria to race against the best riders in the US, including Dustin Hoffman, Shane Narbonne, and Gage McAllister. So when I wasn't racing myself, I got the opportunity to observe and film some of the best riders in the sport. From my observation, I found 6 things supermoto racers do to win races. Now let's go over to Primm, Nevada and look at some race-winning riding techniques. Number 1. Push down, then lean in. One of the first things I saw the fastest riders do, especially Höllbacher, is to push the bike down going into the corner and then get the foot back on the peg and push the upper body into the corner on the exit. Essentially using a dirt bike riding technique going into the corner, but a road race-esque technique of leaning the upper body into the corner on the exit. There are several reasons why this works so well. Going into the corner, pushing the bike down with the outer elbow up provides complete control over the sliding bike. It also enables saving a front-end slide by tapping the foot on the ground. Pushing the bike down also saves a lot of energy, as there's not really a lot of movement required from the rider. Once the rider is done with braking and starts accelerating, the fastest riders hang their upper body into the corner. This reduces the motorcycle's lean angle as the combined center of gravity of the motorcycle and rider is moved to the inside of the turn. Since the motorcycle's lean angle is reduced, the rider can accelerate harder. Number 2. Land and go. Lukas Höllbacher let me mount my camera on his bike and I got some epic footage of him chasing down Gage McAllister. One of the key things I observed from this footage is that Höllbacher goes into the jumps with the same speed as McAllister, but he scrubs away just enough upwards momentum to land earlier than McAllister. He's doing this by moving his body to the side of the bike just before takeoff, leaning the bike sideways and letting the bike's suspension unload out to the side. Looking at the footage, it seems like he is timing this precisely to land perfectly at the end of the jumps. In essence, Höllbacher is going into the jumps at maximum speed and exiting at maximum speed. Scrubbing is of course nothing new and has been used in motocross for ages. What seems to make a difference at the highest levels of racing is how precisely the rider can time the scrub. Number 3. Precise body movement. One thing all the pro riders seem to have in common is that they move their body in a very precise way. In other words, if they lift their foot off the peg going into corners, they do so very smoothly and lift it just enough to get it away from the foot peg. If the corner does not require to push the bike down significantly or lean into the corner for acceleration, we can see that the riders don't move their upper body from a neutral position. If the rider is leaning into the corner, this is timed precisely with throttle roll-on. When the riders are accelerating in the dirt section, they are positioning themselves just enough over the rear wheel to get maximum grip, but not so much that the bike wheelies and limits acceleration. Number 4. Slide, but not too much. All the pro riders back it into specific corners. One thing I observed is that the fastest riders are yet again very specific with how long they carry the slide. If a rider carries the slide for too long, they lose momentum and precious time where they can be on the throttle. Have a look at Höllbacher passing Gage in this corner. Number 5. Brake, whip, go. In the dirt section, it was absolutely nuts how fast the pros could whip the bike around in one of the corners. Compare Gage and Lukas versus me in the same corner. Have a look at how they charge right into the corner, brake extremely late, whip the bike around at lightning speed, and accelerate straight into the jump. It's all about perfect timing, letting the brakes go at the right time, keeping the outer elbow up, sitting far forward to have weight on the front tire, and let the rear come around. Also look at how Gage moves rearwards on the bike to get maximum grip on the rear to accelerate into the jump. Number 6. Races are won on the brakes. Being able to accelerate early is a key component to going fast around the track. Even more crucial is to be able to outbrake the opponents. The fastest riders carry the brakes far into corners, in some corners braking late and hard to then turn the bike around and accelerate. While in corners which require high corner speed, being light on the brakes and carrying them far into the corner, maintaining as much speed as possible. For racers, it is crucial to develop a feel for just how much and how far one can carry the brakes into corners. It's all about having a feel for how much grip is available, which is what all the very best racers in the world have a great sense for. I had a great time at this event, finishing third in the AMA National Amateur class. This event was dedicated to the memory of 141 Anthony Hart. Remember to subscribe to my channel. There is always something new to learn.
It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Watch out now. Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would. Watch out now. It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good. Watch out now. Everybody watch out. Watch out now. I'm ready for a good time and I came to groove. The whole band's here and we came to move. Got a fresh haircut and 2 new shoes. We're here all night like we got nothing to lose. I'm coming out the jacket cause we're turning up the heat. I wanna see you.